Okay, now we can resume. So we're going to do a bit of troubleshooting so that so you already covered configuration. So you're going to do the troubleshooting part of it, that is troubleshooting from the NVR side and the DVR side. So maybe typical cases, we begin with the we begin with the HD camera, then we go to IP camera.
Hello, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is there counterfeit products from the
yes there is counterfeit products? Yeah. But we a while back there were more counterfeit products, but now we have tried to reduce them. So are you facing some problem somewhere?
How can we know? How can we know that it's not original?
So we the way we know our counterfeit products. So you can see my screen. Yes. There is an internal website that we use as a company. That is, it will provide us by checking the serial number for the products.
Okay.
Yeah. So we basically check the serial number and then confirm the system whether it's in warranty, whether the product is a counterfeit, etc.
So there are some.
Yes.
There are some cameras I'm buying.
Okay. You are buying and you're feeling that they are not okay.
No, they're okay. They're okay. But when I'm searching from internet, some I can't find it on the.
You can send me the serial number. You can send me the serial number.
Okay.
I can check for you. Because for you to be able to access this website, you need to be in the VPN of the company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you feel if you feel there's something that is wrong, feel free to contact so that you can check the product. So the case.
Because me, I'm buying from Dubai.
Oh, you're buying from Dubai?
Yeah, they're coming from Dubai.
Oh, so we also have a challenge with products from Dubai. You know, if you buy a product from Dubai,
okay,
what we usually do, we divide the markets. So Dubai is another market. Kenyan market is another market, that is East Africa. So if you purchase a device from Dubai and you are facing maybe problem with the repairs and maybe warranty or more support. So what conventionally what the system does is you are supposed to go to that market. So that if you buy from Dubai, the warranty for products in terms of repairs will not be covered in the market for Kenya.
Yeah, because they told me to send them cameras.
Yeah. So we will just check with how we can help you. How we can check about distributor. I don't know if we have a distributor in your country. I'm not sure.
We don't have.
We don't have.
We don't have. There are no distributor here.
Maybe you can.
Big Vision there is, but no, that one is not here.
Maybe you can yourself. You can prepare yourself. Maybe you can become a sub dealer or something like that.
Yes, sub dealer maybe.
But it's something that's beyond me as a technician side. But I can consult with my bosses so that we can know how we can handle such cases in your market. Okay. Yeah. So regarding some time back, there was some products which were neither Dubai or local, and they were counterfeit. So like they are just counterfeit, completely counterfeit, not from a different market. So those usually originated from countries like India. Mostly it was Indian, but we were able to handle it I think now they are gone from the market. There are no more counterfeit. Yeah. Okay, maybe we just diving into the troubleshooting.
Okay.
So in troubleshoot, begin with the HDC Vga. I hope you can see my screen. So maybe some of the common problems that you might be encountering with the HDC VI, that is the analog cameras. So you will know about the common issues that you might face and how to handle such cases, etc., etc. So I'm not going to talk about this one. Maybe you have a HD camera connected to DVR. So HCVR means it's basically a DVR. So while creating the whole products, we began with DVR, we went to HCVR, now we are in XVR. So you can have IP cameras connected to here, etc., etc. So transmission cable, maybe a recommended transmission distances that you need to put in consideration. If you're going to use this kind of the 6, that is the coaxial, for a 1 megapixels camera, you can transmit up to 1 kilometer. Okay, so I think something new. So 1 kilometers. Then if you do RG59, you can do 800. So the typical recommendation for installation for this such kind of cables are indicated below. But I don't know, it's a rare scenario where you install a camera at this kind of distance. Even it would be very costly for such case. So the transmission distance, these are the recommended ones. So POC unit. So you might POC in full means power over coaxial. That is, you transmit video and electrical power over a single cable. So you eliminate power supplies, and the POC technology it makes your setup very easy. So the same we are doing PoE. So POC is the analog version of it. So if you're the recommended distance for maybe RG59 cable is 400 meters. And the power output should need to be 12 watts. If you're going to do a DC of 12 volts to 36 volts, sorry, these are just maybe the specifications for the POC, up to 400 meters for RG59, and you can do 400 meters OSD control. We talked about the on-screen display menu. And the power voltage needs to be 12 to 36 volts. So the maximum is 400 meters. So upgraded POC solution. So that is the new POC solution. The distance, which is less than 6 watts, you can, for 2 megapixels camera, you can do 400 meters using the RG59, and RG6, 400 meters, still the same measurement. So basically, you can just do a maximum of 400 meters with the POC technology. And if you get a power of less than 12 watts, still the same distance. So this we talked about this, the signal switch. That is you can use the CVI, you can use the yellow CVBS cable. So output the same. So video type. So you can switch the video that you are receiving in either way. You can get it from either CVI or TVI or HD CVBS. So you can change the signal from the OSD menu. So this is a controller. So we have a device like this. I hope I thought we handle it in camera accessories. So in camera accessories, there is this kind of device which is used to switch between the signals of the camera. So how can you achieve the same? So it has a combination of the menu. So if you need to change the settings, maybe it's something that you can check later if you have the device from your side. Because we might talk of it, yet you cannot have this device. So you have even better devices than this, which are better. So these are just some of the basic information that you know. So maybe some of the issues we talk about. So we have, you might face a problem where you have a camera fog. That is, you have a bit of steam inside the camera. So the possible reasons that might cause this one, it's like there can be air leakages. That is, while you are doing installation, maybe you open the camera, did not close it well. Or maybe the camera was shipped like this, like the camera was had a problem by when it was just shipped like that. So for such case, you buy a device and you find it has a fog on shipment. You need to report it to us so that we can take the necessary steps and follow up from the factory so that we know how many devices and how can you be compensated on the same. Also, you can confirm this, so you can check if it's you can check if the camera has been opened before, if it was installed properly. So it's more of physical examination. And also you need to confirm fog issues. Can be fixed with this desiccant. So you like they are like silicone that is used to absorb the fog. So the silicone will the desiccant can tell you where the problem is. So that is it. You need to open the camera. There's something like this. So mostly this one is used from our side. It's mostly used from our side. So if the color is light orange, it's valid. Orange is valid. Green invalid. Black invalid. So it's something that we handled from our side. So it's more of internal way of handling such case. So no signal, you might experience no signal on the screen. So you need to confirm the CVI of the DVR, or maybe the camera is not giving the signal completely. So you can try using other cameras to check on the same. You try to connect different cameras. If you still have the same behavior, maybe the port for that, the CVI port for that DVR is damaged. So the board can be replaced. So you might face an issue of no signal on live view. So if you face no signal, there might be a reason of like a much videoed format. So remember we talked about the PAL and NTSC, this P and N here. So the signal format needs to be the same from either side. And in case maybe you have changed the video format or the camera to a wrong one, you can change the DVR to that wrong video format, then you change it again. So you accept the OSD menu and change the video format. Or maybe causes is like you might experience this when the NVR might not be powered on completely. Or maybe the connection of the DVR, the CVI DVR port. So the CVI DVR port is the port behind the DVR that is bringing the signal from the camera. So maybe that port is damaged. Or maybe other reason is the BNC cable is broken. Maybe the coaxial cable has some problem at some point. Dark image at night. So you might experience a very dark image at night whilst you're expecting a black and white image. So some of the reasons that might be there, you might have set wrong image parameter. That is, you have set the image mode to, so you can have day and night or automatic or night mode. So it's good to select automatic. Or maybe the ICR is not enabled. So the ICR will help you to, the ICR will help to judge whether it's day or night so that you can switch to appropriate mode. So if the ICR is broken, it cannot judge between day and night, and you won't be able to view the image. So you need to check the image settings is normal. That is okay. Check the brightness. Enter the OSD menu of the camera. Check if it's in black and white mode. So it's more of checking those settings. If still experiencing most of the cases, resetting a device, fix it. Apart from rebooting, just resetting the camera. There's a reflection. So you might experience where a situation where at daytime, the camera image is okay, while at night you're having a scene, a region that has very, very bright than the others. So I think we talked about this one when we're talking about devices. We talked about intelligent IR. So the possible reasons is that the camera might be too close to the wall or floor. So check on the installation height. Maybe there are some objects that are reflecting to the camera, or there's a gap between the cover and the foam. That is, there might be air leaks into the camera. That is checking the physical part of it. So you can adjust the height and position of the camera. So you might also face this problem where you're having these stripes, so like lines on the image, especially in elevators. So you can check on the interference of power, or maybe the interference of light from the elevator. Or maybe at times the problem is the device might be faulty. So you might also check this kind of, we already did this troubleshooting, but we just repeat for the same. If you see an image that is pink on the like this, it's more of ICR. So maybe the ICR cannot switch, or ICR is faulty, or maybe there's low power supply from for the camera. That is, the ACR cannot be powered, and check whether it's daytime or night. So how do you go by such problem? You can set the image parameters to default, like resetting the camera. You can check if the ICR mode is auto, that is, it will be able to switch between day and night, and confirm your power supply. If you can't fix this, you can contact us with we'll check on the same. Maybe some other problems. Maybe you might be facing a problem where you can't just record during the day. So you might face some problem with playback, that is recording issues, where you have, if maybe you have 8 cameras and all those 8 cameras cannot record at a specific time, you can confirm whether the DVR is rebooting at that time. If maybe there are some channels that are missing while others were okay, maybe the camera was offline at that time, or maybe check the connection of the camera. That is in case for 4 minutes. If the missing video is around 10 minutes or 1 hour for several days, check if the device is on or off. A severe device, DVR rebooting. So you might face a problem where the DVR is just rebooting by itself. You don't know what the problem is, it's just rebooting. So you can check the recording and the recording. Check if the device you're overwhelming the device. That is, you are overloading. It's something like overloading. So a lot of devices, or maybe you just did something to have more functionalities in the device. At times there might be problem with the firmware, or the hard disk is an issue. So most cases, just disconnect first the hard disk. Most of the cases is just because of hard disk. Hard disk problem is most cases that cause this, which we have handled from our side here. So no signal on Vga monitor. So if there's no signal, check on the resolution, and you just log in on the website web page of the DVR and change the resolution. What is the recommended installation? Maybe some of the frequently asked question, what is the recommended height for cameras? So, but it's usually around 3 meters, but there's no definitive. So depending on your application, how you want to achieve function, you need to check the manual for the device or installation instructions. There is a camera that is black and white daytime. So check on the ICR settings. How do you switch the output signal of this camera? Use the on-screen display menu. The camera output resolution is low. So you check the camera video format is not changed. And maybe you can check the camera settings and the DVR. So you might, for the blood facing, that one is easy. Just need to focus the image. How to enable audio function in the system. So how do you enable audio function? Go to the on-screen display menu, advanced audio mode, then set the mic or external mode. So if you set the mic, it's internal for the camera. For cable selection for the CVI system, we recommend 755 or 753 cable in domestic market and RG59 in overseas. So RG59 means locally or in your country, that is away from China. Okay, now we can go through the IP troubleshooting. So troubleshooting of IP system. We already did most of this configuration, that's why I'm rushing. So we talk about troubleshooting of IP-based system, and maybe some of the frequently asked question. Reflection of light, we talked about this one in the HD CVI. So reflect light at night phenomenon. Also, you can check this glass. Video lag, maybe some of this one is important. So video lag, you might be experiencing there is drag in the video. Maybe the camera has a lag within 3 seconds. 3 seconds, you're facing some dragging. And you have connected your camera to the NVR using a switch. So confirm if there's an issue with the IP camera. So you need to troubleshoot on the camera side first. And you can log in on the camera web page and check if the camera is dragging. So this troubleshooting is a bit different and advanced. So the suggestion is that you upgrade the camera. But let me just from experience side, you just don't go with this document. Maybe later you can come to the document if you're going to do advanced troubleshooting. So for basic troubleshooting, if you are facing lags in the camera, confirm that you just use the uplink connection to the NVR, or use the normal Ethernet cables to the NVR. Also check your bitrate configuration, and it's good practice to always use the VBR settings in your NVR. So use the VBR settings. Don't you go with the CBR. And also maybe upgrading at times help because you're fixing the bugs. But basically, it's just more of designing your network to focus more on higher bandwidths towards the NVR. A camera case where you have your memory card cannot be recognized. So your SD card cannot be recognized on the camera. These are the cameras that support SD card support. So confirm whether the SD card is okay. So you can try with another SD card. And also you need to check the format for the SD card. So the supported format is the FAT32 for IP camera. If the SD card is okay, then check the firmware of the camera and also upgrade to the latest version of it. So third-party camera issue, we are trying to plug in maybe Vision camera into our recorder. If you're having a problem, so you need to go to the, or maybe you're trying to add our camera into another third party. So confirm whether the on-VIF parameter is checked. That is, the camera on-VIF capability is enabled. And maybe if you can't authenticate via on-VIF, that is the username and password, confirm that the on-VIF authentication is on. So after enabling the system service, you go to access platform and do the on-VIF authentication. Also confirm of the issue of password, that is username and password. I'll send this document so that you can check on your side. That side. Some of the frequently asked questions with IPC. So the issues of ICR, I think we have talked about it several times, so that is easy. You can know which problem is caused by ICR. Maybe there's a brown stripe on how to fix it. There's brown stripe which, like, it moves down. So you need to set your shutters between 10 milliseconds. That is the increment of 10, 20, 0 to 10 or 10 to 20. We talked about this time issue. So either hardware or the camera is very old. You might be trying to focus on image on devices on the web, but you can't focus. So the suggestion is just to reset the camera to default so that the lens can also reset the position. Can our cameras connect to third-party PoE? Maybe you want to use a D-Link switch to our cameras. So as long as the switch support the 802.3, those standards, so either PoE or PoE plus, that is AT and AF, it should work because the cameras come as a standard PoE support. So that's the end of troubleshooting IPC. We need to do troubleshooting for the NVR, but we can do it at a later time. So we are going to end the training for today, unless there is a question, maybe something that you faced or need to be addressed on the same, so that you can address it at this time.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Any issue, Fleury?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. So if you have any issue, feel free to contact us at any time. You can.
Okay.
We'll help.
I also need. Can you send me the link, the telephone number of the distributor?
Distributor. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just send it to you now so that I can't forget. You know.
Yeah.
So we have 3 distributors here locally. Yeah. So you can choose, in case you want to buy products from them, you can choose which one is the prices is fair.
Yes, that's what I was.
But the one which has fair prices is ACP. I think you can get the pricing from them.
Okay.
Called Swift Technology.
Can send me his number and the website.
Okay. So they are all the numbers are in WhatsApp. You can contact them. So these are the actually the owners of the shop. So contact them and then they will give you the pricing.
Okay.
If you are facing challenges trying to communicate or trying to get the prices, you can talk to us. I'll handle you to the sales team or the sales manager.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you can have a nice day.
Same to you.
Yeah, tomorrow it's less likely that we'll have a training because there's another practical training. If we have training, less likely. So until Monday. Okay, have a nice afternoon.
Same to you.